everyone, welcome back to my channel. Today I have a very special guest, Charlotte Cho. Hey guys.
I'm the co-founder of SokoGlam, which is a Korean beauty site, and also I founded my own skincare line, which is called Then I Met You.
She has a lot of experience in business because even before this you were working at Samsung, right?
Yep. I was working in Korea doing PR for Samsung.
Yeah.
I never thought in a million years that I would start my own thing.
Yeah.
But I just made the leap and I'm so glad I did, obviously.
I know.
And it's been, what, 7 years now since SokoGlam started, and it's only been 4 months since the line launched.
Right, so she's doing great things here, and
it's overwhelming, but
it is.
It's fun.
And I think that's a great place to start, because I feel like a lot of people look at our lives on Instagram and YouTube and think it's just super easy, but it's not.
It's so not.
It's a lot harder to be your own boss than to have a boss and have people above you.
I agree. Right? It's like this misconception that, oh, I want to start my own thing because I'm going to be able to do whatever I want, and I make all the decisions. I want to go on vacation, I'll go on vacation. But yeah. You realize that you care about it so much for its success that you can never turn it off, and that I think is really, really overbearing, and sometimes you get so stressed just from that thought alone, let alone the fact that you need to pay bills and that there's not going to be a guaranteed paycheck in the very beginning, at least for a couple of years.
And also you don't want to lose the passion for what you created, and I feel like when it becomes your job, you kind of lose the... I don't know how to explain. Do you know what I'm trying to say?
It's like I know a lot of photographers who love photography, and then they became wedding photographers, and now like they don't want to pick up the camera when they have free time. Yeah.
Yes. Wow. It already got so deep in the couple minutes that we started, but it's so true. And we'll talk more about it, but we did have questions from you guys, and we'll start with this. In a saturated market, how do you distinguish your brand from your competition?
Early when SokoGlam first started, there were no competitors.
Right.
That was the advantage for us in the beginning, because it was like first to market.
Yeah.
And I remember anytime editors would reach out to me, our website traffic would spike like crazy because it was such a new concept and people were just getting to hear about it. But then of course, as years trickled on, other people saw that this could be a great business opportunity. So then they also came through, and I think that in the end it does really matter for you to start off with that passion. Because when you see a lot of successful entrepreneurs, like outside of beauty, like just other companies that were really passionate about the idea, in the end you see them succeed through the very end, because you know what's driving them is actually not the money.
True.
It's actually the passion, and that will help you make kind of the right decisions. If you're clouded by money, then you kind of make the wrong decision sometimes. You know, you're just clouded and you want to just get more profit or something like that. And that never is good, especially when nowadays people want to interact with brands that have heart, and they choose to do the easier, like they don't want to choose the wrong route, and they want to choose the right thing for their customers, for their people.
Sure. What differentiates you from the other Korean beauty websites that I've seen is, I think, the clog.
Oh yeah.
I really feel like the clog has like a separate thing going on that drives people to shop on SokoGlam and shop K-beauty actually in general. I love reading the clog.
Thank you.
Because
a lot of people say that.
There's so much information.
Yeah, and honestly, it's interesting because the clog used to be on SokoGlam.
Yeah.
And we decided to pull it away, and everyone was like, are you crazy? Why are you doing that? Everyone's on SokoGlam. It's better for SEO if you keep the content within SokoGlam. Why would you drive people away and make them get distracted and read all this content and then hope that they come back to SokoGlam and buy? But I think that's where the passion comes in. I know that skincare has to do with education.
Yeah,
so
of course.
We need to build a platform where we could share all of our thoughts and tips and information. And if they choose to come to SokoGlam, that's great. If they don't and they get distracted and they go away and they don't purchase, that's fine too. Like as long as we taught them something.
Right, and I think that's what people thought about Joan Day, because when I started my main channel, I would upload vlogs, and I was like, no, I need to start a separate channel just for the vlogs. And a lot of my friends were like, why would you do that? Like, but I wanted to start over, and I wanted people to subscribe to Joan Day for Joan Day. Sorry, it's New York, so going back into that, I wanted people to subscribe for the vlogs separately and focus on beauty beauty and fashion and other things for my main channel.
I think that's really smart.
But
because there are people,
hard.
I mean, it grew so fast, and I think actually I was one of the people that were like,
Don't do that.
I'm like, oh my gosh, it's so much work. And then I remember when you told me that you're gonna start Joan Day, and you're like, I'm gonna post for a whole year, and I was like, that's crazy. How are you gonna do all of that? And you did it. And you're a hustler. I see a huge advantage that you separated the two. And are you glad that you made that decision?
I am glad I made the decision. And right now, as you know, I am taking a break from Joan Day. And you know, if I cared about money, then I would continue doing it, no matter how difficult it is. And it is hard to have that many people wait for Joan Day content. There's so much pressure in that. But I mean, I was talking about this with you yesterday, but I need to check myself before continuing. And I really, like, there are days when I'm like, why did I create the second channel? Why didn't I just upload all the vlogs on my main channel so that there's not like two different,
two different things to manage.
And
a lot of content.
Yes, and I feel a lot of responsibility in that. But I don't regret creating a separate channel at all.
I think it's really good what you did, and honestly, in my opinion, I think that you oftentimes make the harder decision, but in the end you kind of get rewarded for like the extra effort that you put into it. So sometimes it's not always the easy road.
It's not, it's definitely not. How did you keep people wanting more of your content?
I feel like because you recently decided to take a pause. Like, can you tell me a little bit about that and what led to that decision?
Okay, so I get a lot of questions asking where Joan Day is, and I feel grateful. I really do, because I didn't realize how important Joan Day was in your guys' life. But I had to stop, and I didn't share this ever really on my channel. I shared it with my friends, but I was doing 10 videos a week.
That's insane.
And then it was 7 videos on Joan Day, daily vlogs, and then 3 videos on my main channel. And then I loved doing that. It was so fresh. There were not a lot of bloggers in Korea, so I was going to these cafes and these places and events, like, and sharing it, and not a lot of other YouTubers were. So everything was so new. And then, where was I going with this?
And then you burnt out.
Oh yeah. And then, okay, so during season 2, I was also working on my collaboration with Joan. And so that was always on the back of my mind. And I mean, I also have a personal life, you know, like, you know, dating and, you know, family problems. And there's a lot of things to manage. And I think towards the end of season 2, I burnt out, like, no doubt, because the month of November should have been the happiest month, because it was my birthday month. Joan Day cream came out. It was the end of season 2 because I uploaded my 100th vlog. But by the end of it, like, I got sick for 2 weeks because my body could not follow up with all of the things that were on my mind. But then Vlogmas was coming up.
I knew, I was about to mention that. I was like, you did Vlogmas.
And I did Vlogmas, and I wanted my Vlogmas to stand out from the other Vlogmases out there. So I was like, 5 cities, let's do this.
Oh my god.
Chicago, New York, Seoul, London, Paris. And you know, that's amazing. You know, like, people will look at like the feed and be like, wow, she's traveling so much, but there's so much planning and so much, like, I'm constantly thinking of storyboards when I'm vlogging. And I feel bad for my friends and family. They are very understanding, but when the vlog is always in the back of my head, it's hard to enjoy the moment.
You're not present, right?
I'm not. Like, I was always like 20% there, because I was constantly thinking about how to film this, what will make it more interesting, what should I talk about, and also like what photos should I take at this place. And
I know, I mean, people, it's hard for me to even upload like once, like 3 times a week on Instagram, but like, you're creating so much content. And I know that most people actually work with a whole team. Like, I know certain influencers out there that literally have like a stylist, someone who's filming them, plus editing it, and creating the storyboards and like literally just telling her where to stand and what to do.
Yeah.
But I know you literally do not work with anyone. We're literally filming this, just us two.
With a tripod.
No one set it up for you.
Yeah.
And you came up with all the questions and we just talked about it right before filming this.
Yeah.
So it's a lot to put in your head.
It is. And I think by the 25th vlog, I vlogged on Christmas Day because I was behind because I just like couldn't keep up with the different time zones. So I took a day off and then I was like, I'll just vlog on Christmas and then edit it right after I hang out with my friend. And I did that. And I was like so relieved when Vlogmas was over, and that's when I realized, oh, I need a break from this because it no longer became something I enjoyed. And I feel terrible for saying this because, oh my god, oh no, don't. No, it's because
be yourself.
No, because I never shared this on my channel. But the comments that I like hate seeing is when people are like, why is she tired, she's getting lazy, why I'm like, you don't know. Yeah,
you don't know what goes behind the scenes.
No, for sure.
Unless you know someone intimately, it's really easy to make assumptions.
Yes.
And I know that don't make me cry now.
We cried yesterday. We can't cry again today.
I can't hang out with you anymore. You just like make me cry all the time.
So much feeling.
But I think that's what's scary about the internet. Like they will make assumptions.
Yes.
People make good assumptions about SoCoGlam all the time on Reddit. That's why I never go on Reddit. Because it's so funny, like when you read their comments, they already made a decision, even though they know nothing about the business. Don't know anything about the industry as a whole. And it's so crazy how they'll come up with these conclusions. And it's like you can't even fight back because you're like, it won't make a difference because there's gonna be another person with the wrong information as well.
Yeah,
that's why I get angry for you, because it's like, oh, it's not fair that, you know, you get
because you saw me from the beginning
and I've seen how hard you work,
and she's seen me when I had a lot of cystic acne to where I am now, and like I get comments saying like, oh, her skin is even that great. I was like, but if you were there from the beginning, you'll see the progress, and like that's what I want this channel to be. I want to share honest reviews, and wow, this is not about entrepreneurship.
No, this is about entrepreneurship. This is the struggles and the truthful, like behind the curtain, like this is what you end up dealing with.
No, for sure. And that's the hard thing about being, I guess, your own boss, like a girl boss.
And I mean, just to share a little bit about what I went through too, I feel like around the same time I launched Then I Met You, and this is, again, I felt SoCoGlam is already, you know, going well, but and there's a Clog, which is another brand that we're managing, and then I Met You was it was really, really stressful for me, to the point where like I had actual like physical ailments from it. And so a lot of people think, oh, but why are you so stressed? It's a success, and you know, you got all this press, and oh my god, behind the scenes there's so many things that we can like freak out about, be stressed about, be disappointed about. And just a lot of expectations as well, because like you were talking about how like, oh, you feel bad because you're not uploading, people are expecting things, and you want to create more quality instead of quantity, and I have all of those like thoughts in my mind too, and it's like you're trying to deliver and you're trying to make people happy, and then if you, I don't know, even if you do well, you just get stressed in the process of trying to create a perfect product.
Of course. What factors do you take in mind when you build a brand?
So I guess I'll start with SoCoGlam because it's very straightforward. I didn't think of creating like the name. I just like came up with something like SoCoGlam starts with South Korea. I truncated the words because I love Soho and called it SoCoGlam. And it was just really a random creative idea that I had, and then I just stuck with it because I didn't expect SoCoGlam to be a huge site. I just thought it'd be like a little Etsy shop with my favorite Korean products, and I thought I'd have no more than like 10 products at a time. But then it grew and grew organically, kind of snowballed into what it is today. So it was honestly just a passion project. I didn't have any strategy or business plan behind it. It was just like me and Dave, my husband, who were just like doing something on the weekends. And so that's one way that you could just stumble into it. It wasn't like a master plan to dominate K-beauty or anything like that.
And that's how my main channel started. I wanted to practice talking in front of the camera because I originally wanted to be an anchor woman and a news reporter, and I was like, I don't have any experience, so let me just turn on the camera and practice. And eventually the K-beauty was having its moment, like during the time we first met and when you like started SoCoGlam. So I was like, okay, I'll just like review products and share my like honest reviews on each of them, and that took off. So that's how I started my main channel. But I guess the next thing for you would be like, then I met you.
Yeah, so so that was a little bit different because obviously 6 years have passed, and I've definitely learned a lot about business. I learned more about the beauty industry. Again, before SoGlam, I was not a makeup artist, a skincare expert, any of that. But what I learned in the past 6 years really helped me get to this next stage in building my own brand. Because everyone expected me to create my own skincare line, I wasn't ready yet because I knew nothing about formulation. I just knew how to curate really good products. And then I had experience with Neogen, Cosrx, and Manifit to create my own individual collaboration products, just like you're doing. So that was super helpful. I think my piece of advice is to not just jump into it. You should get as much information and research as possible, because your product will not be the best if you've never experienced it and you don't have that kind of in-depth knowledge. Instead of, I never felt rushed. Like, I knew one day my dream was to have my own line, but I didn't want to like have a time like, in a year I'm gonna get this done. I was like, I need more information, I need more experience. Yeah, and I think we kind of just go with the flow, and the opportunities come in, and I guess we're very lucky. Yeah, very lucky. I mean, oh yeah, by the way, she has a book too. Little book of skincare. That came out of like exactly left field as well. Right. But for me too, after doing my main channel, I started Joan Day because I really liked that name and I wanted people to have a good day, and I was like, this is kind of punny, and it, you know, there's a soju brand named Joan Day, so it's just like kind of, it was like a fun thing in the beginning. Do you have a team or work individually? So you still just edit everything in. Do you sleep? I don't. That's the thing, I don't sleep. I know, and that's not good advice. I know. If you think you're gonna be your own boss and like that means it's gonna be more relaxing or less stressful, look at this. No, it's not. It's actually, it only looks it. Yeah, it only looks like it, but it's actually a lot of work. Actually, I have a team. Yeah. Obviously, like we have 40 people, and there's 6 people now in Korea out of the 40. And honestly, I was so similar to you, where I did everything myself for a long time, and then even when I had team members, I didn't know how to delegate, and I didn't know how to take it off my plate. Right. And so I really had to train myself, and Dave helped a lot. But I feel like I should give some of that advice to you too, because like maybe you do need to find someone to help edit, just because it's like you could be doing other things too. Right, that's true. I don't know. So what have we talked about? We talked about how we started. Yeah, it's hard. It's hard. Be an entrepreneur. But it's great. Yeah. We kind of talked about how great it is. We talked about, does it matter to be the foundational story? Does that matter? Yeah. I mean, ultimately, if there's a passion for it, I believe that something beautiful will come out of it. And I think it's so important at this day and age to find what you truly care about and what you truly want to share to the public. And I think there's some people out there who may be in the middle of creating something. Yeah. Like, not every idea, sadly, is gonna be a hit or an instant success. Right. So I think one question that somebody has asked me before, which I feel is relevant right now, is how do you know when to stop? Yeah. Because like you've been grinding it for 5 years. Oh, so yeah. How do I know? I know, it's a tough question, like, and no answer that we give is gonna be perfect for people listening. But I think from my experience, like, I was also very scared because the first 2 years of SoGlam were very slow, and I was relying on that to like fund my life, and it was not like relaxing at all. It was very stressful, and I used to freak out all the time. And then Dave told me, okay, just focus on it 100% for a year, and then if it does not like have any improvement the next year, reevaluate. Right. And then so that was really helpful, because I think it's easy for you, half of your brain to be like looking at other options while half of your brain is working on the idea. But if you don't put 100% to it, then how is it ever gonna succeed? For sure. So Dave told me, like, just focus on 100%, and then if you cannot, and a year later and it's not going anywhere, then maybe you make the decision, this is not going anywhere. Right. Yeah, I think I relate to that, because I mean, I was
very focused on my radio job like the first 2 years, and I would do YouTube for fun just to get better at talking. And as that was doing well and growing really fast, I realized that I had to let one go if I wanted to do a better job at one or the other. Thank you, Charlotte, for coming on my channel and sharing some deep,
intimate details of entrepreneurship.
I know. I had a lot of fun.
Yeah.
And I hope you guys found it helpful. So if you want to see her again, let me know what you guys want us to talk about next, because we could talk about pretty much anything for hours. All right, thank you all, and I hope you all have a Joan day. Bye.